Hi, it's Sara Banta with Accelerated Health TV and radio show. But today I want to talk about Gwyneth Paltrow. She is in the news. She's on TikTok and everyone is beating her down, saying she's being slammed for her wellness routine that sounds like a colonoscopy prep. So let's look at it. She has been facing criticism in the past for some of her wellness recommendations sold through her company Goop. Some people claim that her health advice is dangerous. It's not backed up by scientific evidence. It might be harmful. So let's look at this. Number one, celebrities. I don't necessarily follow Goop, but good for Gwyneth for putting herself out there, and hopefully maybe her methods might be helping other people. So why do we always want to tear people down, especially women, when they are on top? Number two, she's 50 years old. Number three, they're saying she looks too thin. The girl has been on the thin side for her life. That is her body. So what is it that she is promoting? That's what I want to get to. And let's see what does it mean? Is it good for you? She is promoting three things. She's promoting intermittent fasting, eating a low glucose diet that doesn't spike her blood sugar in the morning, and paleo eating. Okay, so let's talk about number one, intermittent fasting. What does it do? It actually lowers the blood glucose level, which in turn helps reduce inflammation, reduces estrogen dominance, which is extremely important when you get into the perimenopause, menopausal age, which she is at the age of 50. So really important for people in that age group, especially women, reducing belly fat, and improving the overall balance of hormones in men and women. Now, should my 16-year-old daughter who is rowing 3 hours a day be intermittent fasting? No, she is 16 and she is not suffering from the blood glucose issues that most Americans are. Did you know that over 88% of you are insulin resistant and you don't even know it? You're either insulin resistant, pre-diabetic, or diabetic with type 2 diabetes. 88%. That is most of you. So if you are eating the standard American diet, then that's you. Even if you are someone like me who has the propensity to have PCOS or insulin resistance, I have to be even more careful. That is my tendency, and especially as I'm 47. So by reducing belly fat through intermittent fasting, a reduction in the aromatization occurs, which causes testosterone to convert into estrogen. Now, does Gwyneth know this? Maybe, maybe not. But this is what her intermittent fasting is doing. It is helping the body engage in autophagy. What is that? That's where the body cleans up the useless and damaged tissues, decreases the inflammation that cause pain, that helps heal the gut, improves nutrient absorption. So you might be sitting there going, she's too thin, she looks pale, but she probably doesn't have any body pain or arthritis. She probably has a pretty healed gut and pretty good nutrient absorption. And all of these factors lead to a reversal of estrogen dominance, better balanced hormones. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, she talks about paleo eating. What is the paleo diet? Well, the paleo diet is whole foods and it stays away from grains. I'm a proponent of staying away from grains. Why? A lot of them have oxalates. A lot of them have lectins. A lot of them actually inflame the gut, causing inflammation throughout the body and the brain, leading to brain fog, arthritis, gut issues, bloat, actual nutrient deficiencies. So some of those grains, those healthy grains that you might be eating, the quinoa and the hemp, they could actually be triggering leaky gut. And then you're actually stealing some of the nutrients out of the body from the healthy foods that you are taking in. And then also, This paleo diet eliminates processed foods and sugar. Who would disagree with that? Gwyneth is promoting that. So processed foods and sugar increase beta glucuronidase, cause leaky gut, increase inflammation, increase the recycling of the bad estrogens. Those bad estrogens are going to back up your liver. Your liver's where you burn your fat. Your liver's where your T4 converts into T3. So your inactive thyroid hormone converts into your active thyroid hormone. Really important to clean our livers. That's why I promote the accelerated liver flush 3 to 4 times a year. But who is going to argue that you need to eliminate those processed foods and sugar? And then also focusing on wild fish, wild animal protein. That's also part of the paleo eating. She doesn't mention this in the interview because I believe the interviewer is a vegetarian. So you also have to think about who's in the interview? What's this focused on? So I don't believe she's a vegetarian, but paleo eating includes healthy proteins. I like to focus on the wild animal proteins. And why do you do that? Because the amyloid proteins in chicken, turkey, pork could actually be causing your Alzheimer's and dementia, causing your leaky gut, and actually tripping up the detox pathways in the gut, increasing the gut pathogens. So there's this domino effect that I go into in my group coaching, talking about why we want to focus on wild animal protein, the deer, elk, bison, lamb, wild salmon. The other reason is that they're higher in omega-3 fatty acids and proteins that provide the needed anti-inflammatory nutrients for hormonal balance with those during menopause and men, right? So men and women, and they don't cause inflammation in the body that you would get from the conventional beef and the conventionally raised poultry. And the wild animal proteins also stabilize blood sugar, encourage insulin sensitivity. So that's going to help with our blood glucose issues that most of you have. Remember, most of you are insulin resistant. And they also improve the bile production to help with that liver detox, and they help suppress the cravings for carbs and sugars that dysregulate insulin and lead to estrogen dominance and so many more issues. The one thing that she didn't touch on that I do look at are the foods that are included in the paleo diet that include sulfur and oxalates. Some of the vegetables, the grains, beans have oxalates and sulfur and lectins that cause bloat and weight gain. And these healthy foods may be the cause of your issues, your brain fog, your estrogen dominance, your bloat, your urinary tract infections that you keep getting, right? So by eliminating all the beans, grains, most of the vegetables, at least initially, except for cucumbers, asparagus, artichoke, zucchini, squash, romaine lettuce, butter lettuce, celery. Those are pretty safe for everybody. You're eliminating most of the common offenders. Once the gut is healed and the weight loss is achieved, you can start incorporating those vegetables again. But by also eating organic food, which I know Gwyneth would tell you as well, you will minimize the GMOs, glyphosate, and toxins that mimic estrogen in the body, leading to higher estrogen dominance. And then eliminating alcohol. Why do we eliminate alcohol? Because number one, alcohol increases small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, which increases the recycling of estrogen, leading to estrogen dominance. Alcohol increases estrogen on its own, and it will also increase the aromatization conversion of testosterone into estrogen in men and women. Men will get those man boobs and lack of muscle. We want that testosterone for our drive, for feeling good, to get out of bed, for the lean muscle tissue, and especially important during our perimenopause, menopause ages, even for men after 40. Gwyneth is 50, so this would be very important for her, and I'm sure she would promote that as well. And then I would also want to recommend healing that leaky gut. So now I want to talk about also the lower blood glucose. So what would I add into this conversation? What would I say? Yes, Gwyneth, you're doing all the right things and you look great, you feel great. How do you feel? That's the more important question, right? So how do you feel? Well, I would tell you the things to quickly lower your blood glucose, reduce the inflammation, get that energy physically and mentally up are the accelerated iodine. That increases ATP, cellular energy, by 18 times at the cellular level. You're increasing fat oxidation, metabolism, caloric burn, cognition, physical energy, and that apoptosis. What is that? That's the destruction of diseased and cancer cells. And when your ATP increases, you truly feel it. You feel your brain wake up, the brain fog lift. Iodine deficiency is the #1 predictor for depression and also the #1 predictor for hypothyroidism. So hypothyroidism is a pandemic as well as the insulin resistance, and they go hand in hand. And it's amazing that iodine can actually lower your blood glucose, especially when you take it with the accelerated ancient salt, which hydrates your cells at the cellular level. It does not cause the bloat or the water retention, but it actually increases the cellular plump to help the cells work better, get those nutrients in there, and have this great mechanism between the sodium potassium plump inside and outside of the cells. Then you add in the accelerated keto. This is going to kick you into your body into ketosis or fat burning mode within 30 minutes. A lot of you suffering from insulin resistance actually are having a hard time burning your body fat, and then you give up, and then you go back to the Ben and Jerry's and the pizza and you say, "Guys, it's just not working for me. I'm different than everybody else." Well, when you start taking the accelerated keto, your blood glucose lowers, your brain fog goes away, you feel steady energy, and then you say, "Okay, I don't need to eat right now. I feel amazing. Let's go run. Let's go walk. Let's go take our dog for a walk. Let's go to the gym. Let's do more work because my brain is on fire, especially during those 40s, 50s, and 60s. So accelerated keto is the quickest, most effective way to burn the excess calories, lower blood sugar, lower the insulin levels, suppress the appetite while maintaining the stable energy. And as you're using the ketones from accelerated keto, combined with the intermittent fasting that Gwyneth Paltrow is talking about, and a low-carb diet, the insulin sensitivity improves, leading to weight loss, especially the fat loss. And for someone like Gwyneth, she doesn't need to lose weight, right? But this is going to give her a bump in her energy and make her feel good and make the body reduce its inflammation even more throughout the body. Furthermore, increasing that ATP production on top of what the accelerated is doing as well. And the other ingredients in accelerated keto break down the saturated fats into unsaturated fats. This will help burn the dangerous visceral belly fat that we all have, and the liver fat. Fatty liver disease is the fastest growing disease in the United States, and you do not have to drink alcohol to have it. The more your liver is defatted and unclogged, the more it can break down fat, break down protein, turn that T4 into T3, all of those functions. So it increases that metabolism and increases that weight loss. And it also includes HMB, which prevents the muscle wasting that most people experience during their 40s and 50s. So you can also add in berberine HCl. Why? Because this actually works like metformin. And I know Ozempic is a big weight loss drug out there right now for even those that are not doing or are not diabetic. We need to get that insulin down, right? Berberine acts like metformin, and it helps reduce inflammation, oxidative stress, and toxicity while lowering blood glucose levels and increasing nutrient absorption. All of these factors also help with your not just your blood glucose and your insulin, but reducing that inflammation, helping your body stabilize its hormonal balance, all of these things. So next time we're going to beat down a celebrity for putting themselves out there, let's look within. How can I take what she's doing and apply it to me? And does everything apply to everybody? No, we are all different. That is why I've put together my Ascent food guide, because it's a base. It's a base for you to look at and to heal your body, and then start incorporating your favorite foods again to see if they are going to trigger inflammation, brain fog, or other signs that you should not be eating that food or that you have not healed your body. I can tell you, at the age of 47, my energy is better than it was in my teens and 20s. Now, you might be looking at me and saying, well, I don't like the way she looks. She's too thin, she's too fat, she's too ugly, whatever it is. But why not take what I'm saying and actually apply it to you and see if it works for you, instead of beating Gwyneth Paltrow down or any other celebrity that's putting themselves out there with her routine to help you. That is her purpose. So that is what I wanted to say about what's going on with TikTok and Gwyneth Paltrow and her talking about the paleo diet, the blood glucose, keeping it low, and intermittent fasting. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Please share this podcast with your friends and family. I am trying to help you and help your friends. Join my free group coaching on Telegram with the link below. It's free. There's no downside, and we'll see you in the next video.